Some of these parts are not as tidy as I would like them to be. I need to get a little bit of black on my palette. What's good on, Chin? How are you? Maybe it's Jean? A lot of French viewers lately, if that's the case, dude. Ay, ay, ay. The French are taking over. This has happened before in Dutch history. I'm not comfortable with any of this. What's going on, Manadar? It has just come to my notice that we have a lot of French viewers in the stream today. Dangerous.
Grow etches out Alkmaar.
We need more people. It's really hard to do half a Dutch sentence and half an English one. We need more people at Alkmaar, is what I'm trying to say, Manadar. Thank you for the 20 months. Okay. Do we want to paint the head a little bit, guys? Probably not a bad idea to paint the head. Are the flesh terrors heretical? Whoa, you suggesting that? Is heresy all in its own? This is not okay. I don't really know anything about the flesh terrors, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, but I'm pretty sure they're part of the Blood Angels. Whoa, deck no. Now that is heresy right over there. Talking about the Netherlands like it's nothing. Extremely toxic behavior, might I add. Can I do like a little bit of like a wet blend in the middle of this thing? Trying to do like a little specular highlight, but it's not so easy. See how that dries up. Am I following a guide? I have been following many guides while mini painting. There's a lot of really useful material out on the internet. I think it's very nice to actually follow along with some of the work that other people have done, because there's a lot of really good work out there that speeds up improving a ton. Some people are against using guides, which is just insane. But you do you. You can do whatever, but I highly recommend checking out some tutorials, yeah. There's a lot of really good stuff. Okay, so all this time I have not painted in the head. The head has just been primed and, well, I primed it in black and then I painted it in black too. Here's the head. It's very beautiful. It's also extremely small. Here's my thumbnail. It's very, very tiny. I was thinking we'll start with the eye lenses, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, some people don't want to follow guides with stuff. They just kind of want to wing it, you know, with their own things, which is totally fine. But I do find that following guides helps me a ton. So I'm using a little bit of Pharaoh Guard, which is a nice green color. I'm gonna dilute it quite a bit and then hopefully run it into the recesses. Get a little bit of color in those eye sockets. Probably will take a coat or two. Pretty sick coverage, to be honest, for one coat. I could have diluted it a tiny bit more. Obviously, we can just fix any slip-ups here with just pure black, which would be pretty quick. Extremely thin paints though, so the color should only be drying for a second or two at most. That's what you hate about painting yellow. You can't really fix slip-ups very easily. With contrast paints, not so much. It's hard to fix slip-ups with contrast paints, which is why I've been switching over to a lot of regular acrylics lately, but I think using both is very nice. But I guess yellow in general just doesn't have the best coverage. To be fair, a lot of these issues aren't any problem if you just don't mess up, you know? Just don't paint poorly. Just do it perfect the first time around. Yeah. It really sounds like a skill issue, man. Honestly, that is mini painting, fixing problems repeatedly that you have created yourself. Maybe that's life, dude. Maybe mini painting is just a mirror to life. Spend 20% of the time executing, 80% of the time fixing your own screw-ups. That's parenting? Does that mean my miniatures are my children, Trilroot? I've never read them a bedtime story or anything like that. Paint orcs with yellow? I'm thinking about painting one of the newer orcs from Age of Sigmar, the Oryx. They have amazing yellow armor. Like the brutes and then the art boys. They're sick, dude. They're so pretty. What's going on, Maktivus? Oh wait, you were already here. Never mind. I thought you were saying hello to me. How rude. I assumed that I was the center of attention, dude. I make, yeah, I want to apologize for that. Okay. I think we got a good base coat. Dang it, there's a tiny little spill over here. For some reason it doesn't want to get fixed. I will fix it, bro. Okay. Alright, that'll do. Lowko, can you paint me next? I will paint you like one of my French girls. How about that? Lowko must repent for his transgressions against the chat. So true. I want to add a really subtle OSL effect, like a little glow effect to the bottom of. I look like I fingered a clown. Just my thumb, though. Just my thumb. That's so... Alright, well, you know what? You guys carry on. I'm just gonna keep painting. That's one of the funniest things I've read in the chat in a while. I look like I fingered a clown. That's what miniature painting is all about. Licking the brush, and then, well, doing whatever you need to the clown. This brush is too big, dude. I want to add like a really very small glow right over here. This is a 00. This is a very small brush. We'll do this in multiple coats, I guess. I hope this is gonna look like an OSL effect, like a object source lighting. Little afraid it's just going to look like bad painting. Want to make it look like the eyes are glowing a bit. If it looks bad, we can always just add like a coat of black on top of it. Okay. Okay, so within that same little highlight lens, I want to add a slightly brighter color, Emerald Forest. We're gonna mix them with the previous color and then add like a little bit of a, like maybe in like the bottom third or so. It's just a very small amount, but I'm gonna mix the two together just to get a slightly nicer transition. So we're doing like a 1-to-1 mix of the darker color and then the brighter color. Just mixing it on my palette here. And I want to apply this as like a very thin line inside of the lens. Good. Good. You envy my patience? I mean, we're just doing a little bit of painting, dude. It's nice and relaxing. This isn't stressful. Okay, maybe it is a little bit sometimes, but... I wanted to make it look like it's glowing, but I don't know if we're doing that. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna go one little light greener, so I'm gonna go with the pure green within that previous step again. At least that's the idea. So this is pure bright green. I want to try to be very, very narrow with this. Maybe I can use the even smaller brush for this, to be honest. Let me take the brush that I was using for the edge highlighting just now. Okay. It's easier to paint downwards. So I'm trying to angle the mini in such a way that I can paint towards me. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Can't complain. I'm thinking about running like a little bit of a shade paint into like the recesses. Probably not a bad idea. I'll get some non-oil. Yeah, I do hold my breath. When we're painting I think actually it's easier if you very slowly breathe out. But you do want to be careful not, you know, holding your breath for too long. For obvious reasons. Okay, so I'm using some non-oil here. Just trying to shade the absolute darkest recesses. So just going around the eye socket. Okay. And then I want to add like a really tiny spot of white to the absolute corner. What's up, Galfarino? I've been really liking Warcraft 3 so far, Step. I'm gonna continue painting. But later today we'll do some Warcraft 3. I'm also actually gonna add like a tiny little bit of ice yellow as like the absolute brightest highlight. in the lens. I don't know if I can, you know, paint much skinnier than this. Probably just barely. I feel like the one on the right is less green than the one on the left. I'm gonna add another coat of the green first. I haven't really played enough Warcraft 3 to really have like one race that I'm weakest against. I think I struggle most in Night Elf versus Night Elf so far, mostly because I have a hard time telling which units are mine. Not an ideal problem. Yeah, a little bit of fluff. Okay. Got a little tiny bit over here. To the top of the eye socket, but we fixed that. Now I'm gonna add like one tiny, tiny white dot in the opposite corner of each eye lens, which usually looks good. I haven't done it all too much, but... So we wanna kind of just put it over here in the top corner. Just like so. Maybe I'll add in a full coat of non-oil over it, to be honest. Just like a little bit. We have some nice color variety there. But maybe it'll look just a bit tidier if we add... I'll dilute it a bit. Yeah. I'll take the edge off just a tad. And I also want to maybe like add a nice skinny line over here to the glow below the eye lens. Okay. Here's the eye lenses so far, guys. I think they look pretty cool. May have to shade down the reflection a little bit underneath the eye. This thing is just a bit too bright. Should have used a slightly more diluted version of the paint, but... Especially over here on the far corner. Just gonna take some black. Glaze it a little bit. Okay, let's try and do a little bit of highlighting. We've been going through this pretty quickly, I feel like, dude. Can't complain. So I want to use like a bit of again, like we want to go a couple different stages of highlighting on the black armor too. And I think I'll start with a little mix of these two. So since we're going from black, it's going to look pretty stark if we go straight to like a dark green. So I think I'll do like a 1-to-1 mix before like doing then like a second round with the darker green. It's going like 1-to-1. Just to create a very near black green. Very dark. Should be okay though. So a lot of nice refined edges. So I kind of want to make this like twice as thick, I think, as the final highlight. It's even visible. Maybe this is too dark. If it's too dark, we'll go straight to the brighter green instead. No, we can see it. It's just a little hard to tell. Let's put on Mr. Drone Rush. It's your birthday today. Yo, happy birthday, man. Congratulations. Feels birthday, man. Are you old yet? I don't know at what point one becomes old. I believe it's my current age plus 1. I believe that's the formula for deciding whether or not somebody is old. Pretty sure you're younger than me though, so therefore you're never old. Congratulations. Hype. Never old, dude. Okay. So the back of the head is going to be in the helmet, obviously. So it will be impossible to see. So we don't have to bother highlighting that part too much. We'll be okay. What's going on, Rocco Girl? Welcome, welcome. I'm painting the tiniest head. Did I just slip and actually... Nice. Not too pleased with that. I believe this nose section over here is metallic, right? Like this little snout area. I'm pretty sure that's all metallics. So we're gonna paint that at a later time. Today is not metallics day. Okay, that means I'm gonna go one step brighter. We're gonna add just a pure dark green. This should be more visible. Than the previous step. Some of these angles are still tricky, even though I kept the head separate. Imagine if we would have glued the head into the face. Okay. Okay. This is so soothing to watch, like ASMR. Hey, thank you. Welcome to my ASMR stream. Just don't fall asleep, okay? Or you can actually fall asleep, it's okay. It's so boring. You can fall asleep. Welcome, Blitz. I mean, it's slow going, but you know what? Well, I was watching a video by Infernal Brush Just Wheeze, and he uses Incupied Darkness. Incupied Darkness is like a very dark grayish green that I don't have. So I am using Scarab Green over here. The next highlight stage he uses also has a greenish tint. Actually, I think it's like a bluish tint, I'm not exactly sure. Which is another color that I don't have. But since, you know, I don't really care if the colors aren't exactly matching. I'm just trying to get a good looking miniature. Maybe we'll have a little bit of more of a unique color scheme, you know, but it's okay. I will use gray for like the brightest highlights here though. What's going on, Rumpus? Thank you, dude. Hope you had a nice weekend. No, I'm not wearing gloves. These are my fingers. Look, I find it hardest bit is figuring out how to hold the fiddly pits to paint. Wire, cork, and blue tack, etc. The blue tack falls off. I have never used blue tack before. What I did for this one is I took a little hobby drill and I drilled a tiny hole in like a part that you will never see. Like for example, the back of the shoulder pad over here or like the back of the head. And then I super glued it down with a piece of wire. And this little wire is actually just like one of those big paper clips. You can get like the small shitty paper clips. Those are pointless. You kind of want to use like one of the thicker ones or just like a piece of metal wire would work, I guess. And I glue it down. And the nice thing about the super glue is that it's quite strong, but brittle, you know? So I can actually just twist this head, and if I twist it, it will fall off. And then I've just stuck it into like one of these little holders, but just a piece of cork, like just like a wine bottle or a whiskey bottle or whatever, like a cap will do. Seems to work most of the time. But yeah, sub-assemblies can be a little bit tedious. You can also use a, what do you call these in English? They're like the little, you know when you like make little kebabs and stuff? You stick them in there. We call this a prikker in Dutch, but I don't know what you would call that in English. Anyways. Thank you, Fair Dragon. Great suggestion, first off. A skewer, a toothpick, something like that, yeah. Okay, we're gonna go with a slightly brighter color. Don't know if this is gonna be too bright. I may do a bit of mixing. This is going to be very skinny. How are you doing, everybody? Welcome, welcome. You would do better if I followed your advice by spitting on his head? I don't know about that, dude. It's a great suggestion, don't get me wrong, but I just don't know if I want to, you know, build that sort of audience on Twitch. That sounds like maybe something we can do on a different platform. Yeah, tier 3 sub only, dude. I'm sorry. Tier 3 exclusives now. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. You're getting to the computer? I'm not spitting on his head, Fear Dragon! But you're more than welcome to tier 3 sub now, dude. Name your yeah, name your price, Twitch, man. What's going on, CEST, man? How are you doing? Man, America is starting to wake up. Have you made your Pledge of Allegiance, chat? Americans, I mean. I know it's early in the morning, but I'm assuming this is your first order of business. Not in the last 15 minutes, no? Well, maybe do it again, just to be sure. I wonder how many Americans I have offended over the years with jokes like that. I recently had somebody leaving angry YouTube comments on my video. He left one on every video talking about me being a liberal. I didn't even really know what that meant. Like, I'm not even really exactly sure how, you know, that divide works in the US. But anyways, yeah, he was writing that word like it was a disgusting thing to say. I'm not exactly sure. I have been using the Vallejo Black Primer for this one, yeah. This is over the Black Primer, but I did do like a quick little coat of black. So I covered black paint with black paint. Which feels a bit stupid, but if I need to like shade back, we have like the exact same texture, you know? Like I can very easily get the original color back. Which was black, I get that, but it takes like 2 seconds. Streamer said the word liberal, and since we're now talking about politics, who's everyone's top 5 least favorite politicians? I don't know if we need to go there, dude. Did you guys know that there are politicians outside of the United States? We have politicians in the Netherlands too. I don't think you're gonna be able to name most of them though. Prove it, Lowko. Name every... I should name every single Dutch politician to prove that. I'm afraid I can't, dude. I try to avoid politics as much as I can. That I can do. I heard it's great for growing your stream, though, to become a political content creator. Specifically for American politics. I don't think there's a whole lot of people waiting for Dutch politics, but you know what? Never say never. I can change that. Yeah. Interestingly enough, since I am perpetually online and I spend probably too much time on the internet, I probably know more about American politics than I know about Dutch politics, which is kind of cringe. I'm not even joking. I never watch Dutch news. And there's not a whole lot of reporting of Dutch news on, say, Reddit, for example. You also know more about American politics than Dutch politics? Yeah, there's this Dutch television show, yeah, called Arjen met Luba, or whatever the fuck. I don't know what the name of the show is. That's how I get my political news, apparently. But that show has been offline for a little while now. He's starting a new TV program, I think, starting sometime in the near future. But yeah, that's how it works for me too, Thomas. I'm glad you're not, yeah. Ignorant Dutchman, rise up! Oh, it's tonight? Ah, okay. Cool, cool, cool. So maybe in the near future I'll be able to tell you more about Dutch politics, chat. We can't wait. Thank you, dude. I'm glad you're excited. Thoughts on the Formula One race? Ooh, it was pretty fun. Ferrari, you know, did the full Ferrari experience, all in one race. They finished both cars. They had a pretty good race across the board, although nothing amazing, I guess. But then they managed to get disqualified for 2 different reasons. Like, both cars got disqualified, but both for a different reason. Honestly, quite impressive. Very Ferrari of them. Okay. It's coming along. I'm gonna add slightly brighter highlights still, which is going to be in gray. So we're going to do some, yeah, I think it's okay. So I'm gonna use a little bit of ash gray. Look, what do you think about the socio-economic state of the Imperium of Man? Well, first of all, the God ruler, the God Emperor, obviously, is the greatest of them all, right? I feel like that's obvious. Even though he hasn't really done anything in a very long time and nobody knows what he's up to, I feel like it's become pretty apparent that nobody can do it better than him. Glory to the Emperor, everybody. The Emperor protects everybody. Unless you're a regular human, I guess. Then maybe living in the, 41st millennium is not that great. Don't really know what life is like for the regular human in the Warhammer world, but I'm guessing it's not ideal. Trying to keep these lines very sharp here. Hey, Bobby.
Hi.
3 years. Yo, let's go, Bobby. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hell yeah. Thank you for the continued support. Thank you as well, Stepan. I guess it's Stefan? Stepan? Anyways, thank you. Ooh, these lines have to be very sharp, but so far so good. That one's a little messy. I'll go back in and fix that later. I have to shade with, or I have to shade back with a tiny bit of black. Tidy it up. It's Stefan, as in the PH is a V because you're one of the cool Stefans? Right, I see. It's like Jessica spelled with a Y, right? Maybe it's Steven? Very common in the Netherlands actually to have Stefan spelled with an F. Even cooler, dude. But it'd be pronounced Stefan, which is a little, anyways. Maybe it's Steve, yeah, I don't know. Slightly different. This is the baby making music. This is the music from the new World of Warcraft raid. Goblins making babies on this music, dude. Ooh, I licked my brush, but apparently it wasn't clean. Not the greatest taste, chat. Ash gray is not a great flavor. Don't recommend it. Mmm. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Delicioso. Glue next, Lowko? No glue. Thank you for the suggestion, though. I'm glad you're thinking along. What's going on, Memory? The first thing you hear is me eating paint? Right. Look, I like the flavor. Stop judging me, okay? You're being a little toxic right now. Tidying up a couple of my slip-ups. And I would like to just do a tiny little bit of blending over here too. There's a hair on my brush! I mean, one that's not supposed to be there. What do we think, Chet? So this is going to sit right over there inside of the faceplate. Pretty pleased with that. Pretty pleased with that. I'll add a little bit more of like a dot highlight with good old white. Just white.